You have been tired for years, not the tired that goes away after a good night of sleep, a different kind, a deep, constant, cannot explain it kind of tired. You have gained weight in places you never did before, especially around the middle. And no matter what you try, it will not move. Your doctor runs your blood work. Everything comes back normal. You leave the office with no answers. Here is what nobody told you. There is a condition affecting over 100 million Americans right now. It does not show up on a standard blood test. It causes fatigue, belly fat, brain fog, sugar cravings, high blood pressure, and eventually, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and liver failure. It is called insulin resistance. And the reason your doctor missed it is because they are not testing for it correctly. In the next 10 minutes I am going to show you exactly what insulin resistance is, the 8 warning signs your body is already showing you, and the 3 things you can do starting today to reverse it. This is the video that connects everything together. Before we get into the signs, you need to understand what insulin actually does in your body, because most people have it completely wrong. Insulin is not just a diabetes hormone, it is your body's master storage signal. Every time you eat, your pancreas releases insulin. Insulin's job is to take the glucose from your food and deliver it into your cells for energy. When everything is working correctly, this process takes about 30 minutes and then insulin levels drop back down. But here is where it goes wrong. When you eat frequently, especially foods high in sugar and refined carbohydrates, your pancreas releases insulin over and over again, multiple times per day, every day, for years. Eventually your cells stop responding to insulin's signal. They become resistant to it. Your pancreas responds by producing even more insulin to try to get the same effect. And now you have a serious problem. High circulating insulin tells your body to store fat, specifically visceral fat around your organs. It blocks your liver from burning stored energy. It drives inflammation throughout your body. And it puts you on a direct path toward type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, the exact condition we covered in our first 3 videos. This is the connection. Insulin resistance is the root cause underneath almost everything. Now let us look at the 8 warning signs. Sign number 1. Belly fat that will not respond to diet or exercise. This is the most visible sign. Visceral fat, the fat stored around your internal organs, is directly driven by high insulin levels. It is not about calories. It is not about willpower. It is a hormonal response. When insulin is chronically elevated, your body is biologically instructed to store fat around the midsection and release almost none of it. This is why people can eat less and exercise more for months, and the belly fat barely moves. They are fighting the wrong enemy. The problem is not the fat. The problem is the insulin driving the fat storage. Sign number 2. Extreme fatigue after meals. You eat lunch. 30 minutes later you cannot keep your eyes open. Here is exactly what is happening. When you are insulin resistant, glucose cannot enter your cells efficiently. So even though you just ate, your cells are not getting adequate fuel. You crash. This post-meal fatigue is one of the earliest and most reliable signs of insulin resistance. Most people blame the food. Wrong. Blame the broken delivery system. Sign number 3. Intense sugar and carbohydrate cravings. When your cells are not getting glucose efficiently, your brain sends emergency signals for more sugar, more carbs, more of the very thing that made the problem worse in the first place. This creates a vicious cycle. Insulin resistance drives cravings. Cravings drive more sugar consumption. More sugar worsens insulin resistance. Most people experience this as a lack of willpower. It is not. It is a biological feedback loop driven by a hormonal problem. Now, before we get to sign number 4, I need to pause for a second. Did you know that over 80% of people watching this channel right now are not subscribed? This is video 4 in our series. If you have been following along, you already understand your liver, the foods damaging it, and how to rebuild it. Now we are going deeper into the root cause underneath all of it. Hit subscribe so you do not miss the next video. It covers the one blood test that catches all of this years before it becomes a disease. I will tell you exactly what to ask your doctor, because most of them will not offer it. Okay. Sign number 4. Dark patches of skin. This one surprises people. If you have noticed dark, velvety patches of skin on the back of your neck, in your armpits, or in skin folds, this is called acanthosis nigricans. And it is a direct physical manifestation of high insulin levels in your bloodstream. The excess insulin stimulates skin cell growth in these areas. The result is a darker, thicker patch of skin that does not wash off. It is not a hygiene issue. It is a hormone issue. And it is one of the clearest visible signs that your body has been dealing with excess insulin for a significant period of time. Sign number 5. High blood pressure with no obvious cause. If your doctor has told you that you have high blood pressure, but you do not smoke, you exercise, and you are not overweight, insulin resistance may be the missing explanation. Here is the mechanism. High insulin levels cause your kidneys to retain sodium. Retained sodium raises blood volume. Raised blood volume raises blood pressure. Additionally, high insulin constricts blood vessels, reducing their flexibility and further increasing pressure. Millions of people are on blood pressure medication when the actual driver of their hypertension is insulin resistance, a condition that could be reversed through diet and lifestyle rather than managed with drugs indefinitely. Sign number 6. Difficulty concentrating and brain fog. Your brain runs on glucose. But when insulin resistance prevents glucose from entering cells efficiently, your brain is the first organ to feel it. The result: difficulty concentrating, forgetting words mid-sentence, slow thinking, mental fatigue that gets worse throughout the day. This is frequently misdiagnosed as stress, anxiety, or depression. And people end up on medication for a brain problem that is actually a metabolic problem. Insulin resistance is now being studied as a significant contributing factor to cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease, a condition some researchers are beginning to call type 3 diabetes. Sign number 7. Skin tags. Small, soft skin growths that appear on the neck, armpits, or groin. Most people think these are harmless and cosmetic. They are actually a well-established clinical marker of hyperinsulinemia, chronically elevated insulin levels. The same mechanism as the dark skin patches, excess insulin stimulates skin cell overgrowth, but in this case it produces these small fleshy tags rather than flat discoloration. If you have multiple skin tags and have never been tested for insulin resistance, this is worth discussing with your doctor. Sign number 8. Frequent urination and increased thirst. When insulin resistance progresses and blood glucose stays elevated, your kidneys begin filtering out the excess glucose through urine. This pulls water with it, causing frequent urination and the persistent thirst that follows. Most people know this as a diabetes symptom, but it appears years before a diabetes diagnosis, during the insulin resistance phase when the condition is still fully reversible. If you experience both together, frequent urination and thirst that is not explained by your activity level or climate, this combination deserves immediate medical attention. Now, the 3 things you can do starting today. Number 1. Eliminate liquid sugar completely. Sodas, fruit juices, energy drinks, sweet coffees, any beverage with added sugar or high fructose corn syrup. Liquid sugar bypasses every satiety signal your body has. It hits your liver and your bloodstream faster than almost any other food source. And it is the single fastest driver of insulin resistance in the modern diet. This one change, removing liquid sugar, has been shown in clinical studies to reduce fasting insulin levels within 2 weeks. Number 2. Implement a 12 to 16 hour eating window. We covered intermittent fasting in the last video for liver regeneration. Here it plays an equally critical role. When you fast, insulin drops to its baseline. Your cells get a break from constant insulin signaling. And over time, they begin to restore their sensitivity. Start with 12 hours. Stop eating at 8 p.m. Do not eat again until 8 a.m. Then gradually push that first meal later until you reach a 14 to 16 hour window. Number 3. Walk after every meal. This is the single most underrated insulin management tool in existence. And it costs nothing. A 10 to 15 minute walk after eating activates muscle glucose uptake independent of insulin. Your muscles pull glucose directly from the bloodstream using a completely different mechanism, which means blood sugar drops without requiring your pancreas to produce more insulin. Studies show a 10-minute post-meal walk reduces the blood sugar spike by up to 30% compared to sitting. 3 changes. No medication, no expensive supplements, and they can begin today. Here is what I want you to take away from this video. Insulin resistance is not inevitable. It is not genetic destiny for most people. It is a lifestyle-driven condition, which means it is a lifestyle reversible condition. The same root cause driving your liver problems, the foods we covered in video 2, is the same root cause driving insulin resistance. Remove those foods. Add the 3 habits, and your body begins to correct itself. In the next video I am covering the one blood test that detects insulin resistance, fatty liver disease, and cardiovascular risk all at once, years before any of them become a crisis. And exactly how to ask your doctor for it without getting dismissed. Comment below, how many of these 8 signs do you recognize in yourself right now? Write the number. I read every single one. And if you know someone who has been told their blood work is normal but something still feels wrong, send them this video. The answer might be here. This is general educational content only. Always consult your physician for personal medical advice. See you in the next one.